The biggest challenge in adapting the screenplay was not in making the story more dramatic, but to let us just watch what is happening to these two lonely characters.
Did you get here by shape-shifting?
No, I just left a few minutes early.
Oh, good.
What the play does is interesting in the sense that you have us just watching.
Mm-hmm.
The play is not very dramatized.
Mm-hmm.
We just, like we watch through a window,
Mm-hmm.
what these two people do.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was always fascinating.
What?
It's just all those lives.
Yeah.
It's so... You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
This writing process took more than 2 years. I worked with my producer and co-writer Margrit Ritzmann and several times Tim Dutton, with whom I worked also in my suicide comedy Dead by Monday. He came over from London to work with us here. It was great to work with an actor so early on in the process, but it was also challenging. I had very precise ideas with his character, but him having inhabited his character much longer than it is usual for a film, had some strong ideas on his own, so we had some very productive fights.
Our challenge was to really adapt it really for the screen and to really make it a little bit more sort of not up to date, but a little bit more contemporary, a little bit more of the moment now.
There was a big temptation to make it more dramatic in the beginning, instead of this cruel, I can say almost cruel watching of these two people who have a very difficult time together. Me as a writer, I want to make it more accessible to the audience. The director doesn't want that. He wants exactly what he sees in the play, right? So we had many discussions and we kept the course of just more or less leaving it like we had bought it and just do little things to it, and we changed the ending a bit. We both were we're not always of the same opinion, as you know, but we both felt the ending in the play is extremely dark and people would probably have left the theatres totally depressed and we didn't want that. We wanted a little ambiguity and a bit of hope.
When they heard Tim Dutton was in town, friends would drop by like Isabel, an actress and a friend of ours. So the whole thing was in a way very collaborative, and it was a great pleasure to work with such talented people.